Alright, we are ready to go live, or getting ready to go live for the playoffs. Let's just go ahead and get everything started. And then just waiting for Twitch. There you go, Twitch is up. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the qualifying races started and done. Yeah, we're just doing 10%. And we are ready to go. Alright, let's go ahead and get through. Alright, there is a qualifying for race 1. Alright, let's see. We got Rollins, Prescott, O'Brien, Juice, and Reeves. So here we are here. Alright, hold on 1 second. Okay, we are back. Sometimes kids are fun. Alright, so we are back, ready to go. And let's get this first race started.
Drivers, start your engines.
Let's see, does everybody see everything? He's getting ready. And there we go. Alright, so we're ready for our first start. Ooh, let's see, somebody blow an engine or something. Why are you going so slow, Prescott? We'll see. Alright, so we are back and ready. And here we go. Pace car is about to go in. For this first quick 16 laps here at Daytona for the qualifying. And we get green flag. Looks like Rollins gets a great start versus Prescott, but Prescott seems like he was not running very well. He's not at the start, as we saw at the beginning of the pace lap. He was very slow. Looks like Prescott and O'Brien are going to get past everybody. As Reeves and Prescott in that 19 are now, oh, not sure what Reeves, not Reeves, but Juice was doing. He almost took out Prescott. I think it was Prescott. Or actually, he almost took out Reeves. I'm not sure what was going on there. As we take a look at this pack, maybe some bumping going on. As we are at about 220 miles an hour, I think cars can get up to 240 here at Daytona. You take a look at some of the cars in the back of the pack. Looks like Sanders in that 21, slowly falling off the pace, but he could catch up as some of these cars are going to have to check up to slow down a bit. As you see McFadden not making that turn, I think trying to go too fast. Because they were about 100 or 240. So they do definitely need to slow down a little bit in the corners. So depending on how these qualifying races go, may have to drop down the difficulty. I think it's at 95 right now. May have to drop it down a little bit more. They'll slow down a little bit, but they'll stay out of the wall. But so far it looks okay. I think just McFadden in that 35 was the only one so far that went into the wall a bit in the corner. It's this corner right here that cars are to have trouble getting through. So I'll probably drop down the difficulty for the race just to keep some of these cars out of the wall, as they are going extremely fast at about 240. We take a look back at the leaders. Looks like Prescott's looking on the inside of O'Brien. See if he's going to get past him. We take a look at another camera angle here. And of course Reeves is right behind Prescott, as Prescott wasn't able to get past O'Brien, so now Reeves is right there trying to get past him. Oh no, I didn't mess with the I&I file at all in this track. And then here comes Juice in that 52. We'll see if Juice keeps racing clean. We saw him almost take out Reeves earlier in this race. Not sure why he almost took him out. As we hit lap 6 of 16, so about 10 laps to go. As we go back a bit. It looks like some of the cars are going to be bumping into the wall, so we'll drop down that difficulty meter a little bit to have the car slow down a bit on the next race. And here comes Reeves with a little help from Juice. Or Juice. As they come to get lap 7. Definitely a very large track. As we see Martin almost slide into Juice in that 52. Definitely could have been an issue. It looks like Vega or Willis in that 99 is a little bit off pace. Looks like he has a little bit of damage on the inside, so he may have gotten bumped a few times. Looks like most cars are starting to stretch out a bit. And we still have Rollins in the lead, so it looks like we're on lap 8 of 16, we're halfway through. And we see Reeves now trying to get past the 14 of Gonzalez. See if he can move up a little bit in his starting field, as this front pack is just almost driven away from that second pack. And Rollins takes it to lap number 9 of 16. And Vega is definitely going extremely, or not Vega, Willis in that 99 is going extremely slow. As we see a couple cars check up a little bit. And here comes McFadden and Vega in the 88 and 35. Trying to move up a bit past Kim in that 2, and then looking at the next car, Yates, in that 25. Well, it looks like somebody blew an engine. I'm gonna check that out. I think that was O'Brien. I think he was running up there, probably second place, close to second place. And looks like he just blew an engine and looks like may end his day. At least for the playoff race, so definitely not what him and his team wanted to see. As you take a look at this pack right here. No, Willis in that far back car is hoping for a issue. As if he's able to get past a couple of cars, he can still make the playoff race. Yates did get put into the wall. It looks like he was finally able to get off it, but may hurt his standings as he just keeps dropping back. Yeah, looks like cars are sliding a bit into the wall. We would definitely fix that up for the next race and for the main race. As we see Martin at 72 get very high, left his inside lane for Reeves and Prescott, as now they have their eyes set on the 45 of Rollins. And here's Rollins taking going to lap 13. Overall, a decently clean race. There's been a few cars getting put into the wall. I think, but there goes McFadden in that 35. And there goes Torres hitting him hard. As Torres looks like he is done for the day. I'm not sure if McFadden is. But overall, a clean race, but having that slight issue. As everybody's racing back to the line. As that may end the race here. We'll definitely see. Yeah, it looks like O'Brien had a gearbox issue. So we will see about McFadden and Torres. See if there's an issue with them. I mean, this should end the race since caution was so far back. I mean, it looks like Torres in that 29 is probably done for the day, as well as probably done for the weekend. And we'll have to take a look at Torres, but I think Torres is just had, or not Torres, but McFadden just had some back end damage. Yeah, you can see the heavy damage in his backside. Though it looks like he should be able to finish this race. We just fast forward real quick through this caution lap. I think they should take, yep, there it is, taking the checkered flag. It looks like Rollins in the 45 wins the first qualifying race. And then Prescott, Martin, Reeves, and Gonzalez coming behind them. We'll go ahead and save this and go ahead and get to the main qualifying race. We are going to drop this to 90. See if it keeps them out of the wall. If they keep hitting the wall, then we're going to probably have to drop that down to 85 or 80. Yeah, 85. But if they still hit the wall, I'll be testing that before the race, just so that the race is somewhat clean.
Drivers, to your cars.
And here is the starting grid for this second race.
Drivers.
Do a quick scan to make sure nobody blew an engine. I know a ton of people upgraded all their cars and dumped a lot of money into them. I know Pitch Racing dumped almost all of its money into upgrading its cars for the playoffs, which helped a little bit, but they still last week had a car eliminated from the playoffs. Ward in the 10 is done in the playoffs, but let's take a look, see what they can do with all the upgraded cars. Mayweather as well has upgraded a ton of their cars. As we come down and get the green flag, we'll see how the teammates handle it, be starting 1, 2, and 3, because they have Mayflower right behind them, looking to again dominate the second half of the race, or of the season. So we'll see if anybody can dethrone the Mayflower Racing, which has won so many of the races, at least at the end of the season, which definitely is going to change some things next season once we transition to the new training schedule to update all of their ratings to be a little more in line with everybody else. So no car should dominate as much as the Mayflower Racing team has. Basically, they, I think, just got good rolls because I just randomized all their driver ratings, and they got decent rolls. So it turned out that they did very well, as we do see a few. Looks like Brooks, who isn't going to qualify for the race, and looks like Hannah got into it a little bit, but they're able to keep going. So on lap 2 of 16. I'm also looking to make sure cars aren't getting put into the wall or sliding into the wall, especially on these two small turns in the front. And it looks like Barker on that 51 almost touches the wall, but almost touching the wall I think is pretty good, as we want them to push their cars best they can. Right now they're at 230 to Almost got to 240, which is definitely what fans want to see. They want to see cars driving as fast as they can. We try to change the screen or the camera angle to see if we can make sure cars are staying out of the wall and the racing is good. So far the racing is very good. See Grubb taking that extremely high lane as Thorne is passing, trying to pass both the Mayflower teams. As we are still up 4, looks like Green got into the wall a little bit. I think he took that turn a little faster than he wanted to, and ended up sliding against the wall a little bit, slowing down his momentum as he was moving up in the field. As we see Ward still leading this race, but the Mayflower teams, Mayflower team are definitely a very aggressive team. Multiple races I've seen them try to move cars out of their way. That time it ended up hurting them a little bit as they had to check off, check down a little bit to make sure that they didn't crash. Yeah, it looks like Paul does bump into the wall. This is definitely a new Daytona track, so we have to update all of the I&I files to make it racing better. So we'll definitely get all of that updated for the regular race, but definitely this qualifying race. There's a lot of very aggressive drivers pushing as hard as they can, and sometimes they are bumping into the wall, especially when they are going 3 wide. Look at some of these back racing going on as they exit the turn. Looks like that turn nobody drove too hard into the wall, but we'll definitely see about that. As almost all of these drivers here will make the race, no matter if they finish, first or 25th. As all of these guys were in the playoffs, but I think 10 of them are now gone. But yeah, still a ton of work for a lot of these guys to do. And this main pack in the back, we're on lap 7 of 16. Looks like Guerrero tried to look on the inside of Ward, but ended up taking that turn a little bit hard. We do see him taking that turn a little wide, almost tapping the wall. It looks like we probably are very close to having the correct difficulty setting so that the computer drivers stay out of the wall. We'll definitely test that before the regular race, will probably be tonight. So I'll probably make a post about that on the Discord. It looks like Bishop rolled that turn a little bit too high and ended up bumping into the wall. We'll see what happens there, as he now has no drafting help at all. I'm sure he will be joined by a couple of drivers as this race continues. We are on lap 9 of 16. Again, still the pitch racing drivers are still in the lead, followed by the Mayflower teams. The Mayflower team dropped back for a couple of laps, but now has worked their way back up to the front, and now they are ready to challenge that racing team. So far has dominated this qualifying heat. Looks like many of the cars have stretched up, but looks like all the action is going to be back here at the front, as the Mayflower Racing of Grubb and I think Barker in the 51 are going to be pushing it to try to get past these two cars of Pitch Racing. It looks like Pitch in that 6 and Adams, both teammates, have decided they're going to battle it out to see who's going to start leading this race. And it looks like Massa in that 17 took that turn too hard and ends up bumping into that wall. When we hit lap number 11 of 16, we'll see if Ward is able to get past Grubb in that 15 car. Barker in that 51 taking that outside line. Looks like it's doing decently well for him, as now he has a good run on Adams, and looks like he had a run on Pitch, but Pitch jumped down and blocked him. And it looks like, yeah, Adams took that turn too aggressively and is now in the wall. That's probably going to take him out of contention for the pole position, and he's not going to help out his team at all. As Barker right now is right in between two Pitch Racing teams, and we'll see how well this or what happens here. As we do see Grubb falling back a little bit, but he does have Thorne and that Zero catching up to him, may be able to help push him. And here comes Ward looking on that inside of Barker. Wasn't able to get it, so he slides back up. May have tried to bump him slightly, maybe giving him a taste of his own medicine, but it looks like they will jump back in line. But here comes Ward again, and the number 6 is going to jump down to try to see if he can pull him a bit. But it looks like that 6 car has a better outside line, as Ward in that 10 does end up getting past the 51 of Barker. We take a look, looks like Hannah in that 16, not doing great. I think maybe driving, or may need to adjust some things in his car to try to get that back and running, because he's not going to have the greatest starting position. And we see two teammates of Weber Racing in 31 and 33. Try and battle it out here. And then Adams looks like he has dropped back to 9th position, but it looks like he's trying to move himself back up to at least try to get a decent starting position, as he was in the first, or qualified in, I think, the top 3. And here comes Barker again on Ward. We'll see what Grubb does in that 15 car. If he takes that car, looks like he almost took it a little too hard into that corner. But we'll stay in line for the top 4, as we are about to hit lap 15 of 16. So if anybody's going to make a move, they need to make it now. Right now, it looks like the 6 and the 10 are content to staying where they are, so definitely Mayflower team is going to need to make a move if they want to move up in the starting, or they could just be waiting for the race. Though we do see Ward looking on the inside of the 6, and Barker looks like he's trying to see if he's going to get 3 wide, but ends up tucking himself right in, right behind the 10 of Ward, as Ward does lead that lap. But that decision by Ward may drop the 6 all the way back to 4th place, and could give the 51 of Barker a chance to steal the lead. And then he could start on the pole. As of right now, these front two cars will be at the start, or will be on the pole position. And we'll see which one of them is going to start in first, as right now Ward is in the lead. Does not look like Barker is going to get, no, Barker does not get a run, as it looks like Ward, Barker, and Grubb, and then Pitch top 4, and then Thorne behind them about a second and a half. So we definitely have our starting lineup, or starting grid, as we do have, Ward, Barker, Grubb, Pitch, Thorne, King, Green, Adams, Cargo, and Emerson is the top 10. I'm going to export this. And in qualifying grid, I'll be posting qualifying results shortly, maybe later tonight. And then the race will be tonight as well. So I will definitely see everybody there. And congratulations to the pole sitters. And good luck in playoff race number 2.